In this video, I'm sharing my secret to finding an in-demand recruiting niche. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to finding a niche that you feel is going to be in demand and be able to bring you in the most amount of money, one of the things that you want to take into consideration is what is trending. And one tool that I love to use just to be able to keep up with what the trends are, in particular regarding this video, niches associated with where you can focus your recruiting agency on, is Google Trends. And Google Trends has been around for some time, but I don't know if everyone actually knows how to go in and leverage it to your advantage when it comes to the recruiting industry. So with that said, for the remainder of this video, we're going to go through an interactive demo of how you can actually go about leveraging Google Trends to your advantage. So as mentioned, we are diving into Google Trends. As you can see, this is the home page for Google Trends. And basically what it outlines here are some examples of how you can leverage Google Trends, as well as what's currently trending now in terms of 2022. So let's say our niche research that we're doing, we want to compare a couple different industries before we actually dive into the details of specific positions. So let's say that tech is, of course, one of those industries that we are interested in. So we're just going to go ahead and type in tech here. And then we see what populates here. Now, I do want to point out a couple things in regards to using Google Trends. First, in terms of us being able to take a look at a couple different industries, Google Trends allows us to be able to compare. So we can actually click here, and let's say that we want to compare the tech industry to nursing to see what is currently trending the most right now. We can then go ahead and add in nursing, and as you see, it's able to then add that data into what we're taking a look at here. And it also has some additional space for you to be able to add even more industries. So if you're trying to decide between tech, nursing, and let's say construction, I would add all of those in here. That way you can see what that trend looks like over time. Now, the next piece of it that I do want to point out in terms of kind of some filters that we have here are the regional filters. So it automatically defaults to where you are. Of course, I'm located in the United States, so it has defaulted to the US. But if you're outside of the US, you can actually go here and you can click worldwide, or you can pick whatever country it is that you're located in. The next filter that is listed here is the time frame filter. Now, this is only taking a look at the past 12 months. And what I have found to be helpful is to actually take a look at least at the very beginning that the Google Trends tool was available in terms of data. So going all the way back to 2004, just because, again, it allows you to see the trend over time. And the longer your data set, the more helpful it can be to see kind of what were those peaks and valleys. If you find that you're not getting any relevant data and going all the way back to 2004 is too much, then you can always take a look at the past 5 years, which also is able to bring you a lot of interesting details in regards to what that trend line actually looks like. So as we're taking a look here, we can see that we do have tech that's here in the blue, and then we have nursing that is here in red. And as we can see, taking a look at some trends, and this is over the past 5 years, we can see that there has been some peaks and valleys that have happened within both the tech and nursing space. But ideally, they're right there in terms of interest over time in regards to the searches that have been done. So if we scroll down a little bit more, then it also gives us a sub-region breakdown of where these trends are actually populating the most. So if we take a look at the tech industry here in terms of interest for search, we can see that Virginia, Georgia, and South Carolina are really at the top of that in regards to who are the individuals who are putting in that search for the tech industry. Now, if we were to switch this over to nursing, then we see that it's completely different. So Mississippi, North Dakota, and Kentucky are within that top 3 in terms of interest regarding the nursing space. So the way that you can use this information is if you're located in, let's say, for example, North Dakota, then you know that nursing is a potential industry that could be beneficial for you in terms of where you determine that you want to niche down because the interest is located there. If you were, let's say, for example, going back to tech, if you were in Georgia, then you know that the tech industry is of interest there and that could potentially be a possible niche for you when you determine that you do want to niche down. Now, if we go down even further here, we can kind of get another breakdown. Again, this is in regards to the tech industry regarding where other areas are very popular in regards to what's populating from an interest perspective. And then we also get some information in regards to related queries or related searches. And you always want to have this at rising, meaning that you always want to make sure that you're able to stay ahead of anything that's starting to gain some traction in regards to interest on the internet. And then if we go down a little bit further, then you can also see nursing and what that breakdown looks like from a sub-region perspective. And then again, some of the related queries that have populated. Now, let's go back to our home page. And let's say, for example, you have decided that tech is the industry that you really want to focus on, but you're not exactly sure what roles within tech it is that you want to maybe focus your time on. Now, again, when you are looking to niche down, you really want to focus on one, where your skill set actually lies. So if you are not familiar with recruiting for software development engineers, then maybe that isn't something that you want to search. But if you are familiar with recruiting for, let's say, data analysts or business intelligence engineers, then that's a good comparison search for you to do. But we are going to dive a little bit deeper into the tech industry, and we're going to take a look at software development engineers. And we can see that our presets are back to what they were. So we still do want to stay in the United States, but we want to take a look at this a little bit further out. And then just so that we're able to do that comparison, we're also going to add in data analysts. And we're going to add in business intelligence engineers as well. Okay, so as we can see, it looks like data analyst is at the top in terms of interest. And again, this is why it's important to kind of take that lens and do a step back, because you're able to see over time how that interest in regards to data analyst has spiked over time. So data analyst, definitely, if that is of interest to you in terms of the tech industry, that would be one that, at least taking a look at this very small scale, I would focus on. But then again, you have the opportunity to be able to scroll down. So when we're taking a look at that sub-region breakdown and we're taking a look at software development engineers, where is that popularity at? It looks like Washington, Oregon, and Massachusetts are the top 3 in regards to where software development engineer interest lies. But as we can tell from our graph, data analyst was really high. So where is that interest at? And it looks like it's in Delaware, DC, as well as Minnesota. So again, if you're in any of those areas, then this might be a particular area where you would want to focus on if you're interested in the tech niche, and then being able to then continue to niche down from a roles perspective. And then again, very similar to what we saw before, it also gives you a breakdown of interest by subregion for each of the individual positions, as well as the related inquiries that were associated with it. It is interesting for me to take a look at this because it also gives you a good visualization of the gray area, or the areas where software development engineer isn't even spiking in terms of interest regarding searches. So as you can see, it's really focused on the coast, Texas, Illinois is in there. But it's a good visualization for you to be able to say, hey, if I'm in Texas, then maybe this is something that I'm interested in, but let me do a little bit more research. If you're in Washington State, for example, as I am, then software development engineers is for sure, if you're in the tech industry, an area that you want to focus on. And then it also does that breakdown for data analysts as well. And then business intelligence engineers. Again, just having the opportunity to really see where are these positions popular, where is the interest coming from, so that you can then make a more informed decision about how you actually choose your niche. Now, if you have found this video to be helpful, then go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop each week. And as a reminder, when it does come down to determining what your niche is going to be, you don't want to niche down too quickly. So be sure to keep that perspective on as you're going through and you're starting to play with Google Trends. More than anything else, you want to get started with getting your recruiting agency off of the ground, landing your first client, getting your feet wet with filling a couple requisitions, and then maybe a year to a year and a half in, start to focus on really what that niche is going to be. But once you get there and you're ready to start using Google Trends in the way that I'm currently using it now, it can make all of the difference in you being able to make a more informed and profitable decision in regards to eventually what you'll end up choosing as a niche. And before we close this video out, don't forget that I have officially launched my Business Recruiter Accelerator program. So if you are interested in getting your recruiting agency off of the ground, then I encourage you to go down below and sign up for my waiting list. Getting on that wait list is going to provide you with all of the information that you're going to need leading up to the official launch date for my program, which is set for early September. So I encourage you, if you are interested in getting some direct mentorship from me, then please go down below and get yourself on that waiting list. As well as don't forget about the Facebook group. We are still in there talking all things recruiting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.